Let's pay our respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share our blessing, respect and gratitude to our teacher, Pinat Lokaswami Nanse also. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Today we are gonna learn the next. Actually, this is the second class of that six sense faculties. Um, the six sense faculties. We know that it is a one way of understanding the what we call the reality of the life. So Buddha described about the this life. To understand this life, sometimes he taught uh, about this life to learn like six sense basis, and sometimes he taught to learn this life about this life to on five aggregates of clingings, and then uh, he taught about the dependent origination. So, and there is another one called dhatu. And so likewise, when we have a knowledge, so why do we need this knowledge? So in here we are gonna learn how our mind create this world, and how the suffering arises in our mind, and how what is the cause for the suffering, and how to eradicate the suffering. Remember, when we say the suffering in our to us, to our naked eye or to our common sense, we feel like there is a suffering in the world. In the same time, there is a kind of a happiness which we like to experience. But when we learn about how these six sense bases created, we can understand one thing, that especially whatever arises, it's subject to fall. And that means arising and ceasing is a nature. So if anyone attached to anything by expecting happiness from that or the fulfillment, that's where the suffering arises. So that doesn't mean that this world does not have happy feelings, but the problem is happy feelings also rising and falling. So instead of finding happiness in the impermanent world, we are going to learn how to overcome from the attachments for the sufferings and experience the full freedom or the nibbana. That's where the no longer suffering is there. So that's what we are going to learn by learning this six sense bases. To give you a small brief on six sense bases. um, Okay, I will group all what we have learned from last week. So before that, can you all? Uh, it's first of all, it's totally fine to say a wrong answer or wrong completely. It's like you have full freedom to say give the give like um, show you if you have misunderstand on something. So you don't want to worry about that. This is just for for learning purposes. So you can share what you can remember from last class, or anything you know about six sense faculties. um, right. So I'm not appointing anyone. You can just simply say what you have learned from your own thoughts, and then we can go through in a proper way to learn things. Anyone? Let's check whether you can open the mic. Ah, you can. You can unmute, by the way.
I'll start, Monte. The internal sense bases are eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind.
Very good. Can anyone bring what are the outer sense bases or the sense faculties?
We have sights, sounds, tastes, tactile objects, and mind objects.
Yes, and the smells, right?
Smells.
Okay, very good, Jonathan. Okay, and okay, I'll ask from you in the same time. I'll share you something so that you can simply say, referring that, if it is still available. Let's check. Yes, I think so. Why can't I move this? Ah, yes. Okay, can you all see this? Okay, now you can say anything about six sense faculties. Frank, would you like to try?
I missed last week's class.
All right, Frank, it's okay. Okay. So, uh, if in the same time try to understand that if you feel like you know something you want, bring it, but in the same time you feel little afraid or shy, so just understand it as just a defilement or just a mind thought pattern which arising and falling. Don't represent it as you. That's what we have to do. It's a simple thing. Okay. Okay, I'll go with flow. Dulain, do you remember anything regarding six sense faculties?
I wasn't here last class. Sorry.
Oh, I see.
All right.
So, okay, then I'll describe this. If not, the other today class won't be work for you. Like it's like when we say the six sense faculties. Uh, since six sense faculties means uh, the everything what we have. So, which mean we can say we are living if we don't have eyesight, ear, sound, nose, and smells, and body, and the tongue and the taste, body and the tangibles, and the mind and the thoughts. So no one can say that I am existing without that. So whenever we say that about anything, about our experiences, we go through this. Even our memories are in the mind and the thoughts. So the everything in this world, we say everything in there. So there are some realities it's like characteristics that are there in this existence. That means this sense faculties or the everything, which are everything uh, are there due to some cause. It's like relatives. These are relative things. These are not so permanent thing. As an example, these eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind arise due to the mental and physical formation. So we can learn what is mental and physical formation in detail when we learn in the dependent origination. So as an example, I is not something last everlasting thing. I is there. We all know the biologically we know that there are physical reasons, and not only the physical reason, the physical reason, there are some mental reasons. That's why when someone died, if even though there is a eye, he can see. So likewise, everything are there existing relatively like with some conditions. So based on the conditions, so when conditions change, these are changing. So everything subject to change. So that means we in this world, what we experience as what we feel as we, and what we experience, everything change, impermanent. So that's a one characteristic. The second one is we call dukkha in Pali, which means like when we translate it to English, it sounds the suffering, but when it says suffering, it's just not reflecting or representing the word called pain. Suffering means the anything which happens due to the impermanence. So if something impermanent, it has that uncertainty. So because of this characteristic also there in what in our life, what we are experiencing as life. The third thing is these everything are not according to a wish or will. So we may have different wish, we may have different will in our life, but that doesn't mean that these sense faculties or experience are uh, there according to our wish or will. If it is so, uh, because we don't want to have the same life what we are having, probably at least you will try to be a billionaire from your own wish if we can change it. It's not happening like that. Likewise, uh, probably some of you may not, some of may want to attain the nibbana, but that also not according to your wish or will. That your freedom, what you experience in freedom, also nothing happen according to a wish or will. So there is no authority on that. We call that non-self. So we when we say everything, can you all see me by the way? No, right?
No.
You can. Very good. Okay, if you can. Yeah, it's okay. I'll describe this and then I'll remove the whiteboard. When we have everything, which means six sense bases and the experiences. So then uh, everything has characteristics of this existence. Those are impermanent, suffering. Remember, suffering means not just pain, but anything arises due to the uncertainty. And the third thing is the non-self. There is no authority over that. May it be like this or may it not be like this. So those are the things we have to remember. Now we are going to learn the how it functions. You can see that in here. Let me find how to. Okay, I have this. These are the six sense bases. So these are the receivers. Okay, these are the inputs. And so it's like so these in I can't hear, but I can see. Ear can't see, but it can listen. Smells from nose, tongue, taste, body sensation, and mind thoughts. So these are the basic things this experience, and the say in then the how it function. So when there is eye and when there is sight, chakung paticca rupecha. Chakung is eye, rupecha means eyesight. Uppajjati chakku vijnana, consciousness arises. So when there is the attention, we call it manasikara. So I did not mention it here, but so it just remember that where the attention is there, that's where the sense faculty arises. So these sense faculties arise individually. It's not like everything arising in the same time. Where attention arises, that's where the this world creates. So you may wonder, so then how can we watch a TV while listening? So we use two sense faculties at the same time. And sometimes some people eat, so then they taste also there while watching a movie. So then smell also there. Sometimes we have the smells also. We need a comfortable seat. Then the body also there, and we are thinking about the film. So which means that we have everything in the same time. So yes, but this is a very rapid process. So that's why we feel like everything happening in the same time. So you can understand in the same way, even though we have these sense faculties, there may be sometimes you are watching a movie and you feel like suddenly everything surrounding you forget at that moment. You are fully focused at that time. When someone comes, you don't see. That means like where you feel goes the attention, that's where this sense faculty arises. As an example, uh, uh, there are some like funny things. Even it has had happened to me also. Sometimes my mom uh, uh, like scolding means like not like rude, like saying like why are you keeping the plate still? You have finished your meal. Don't you feel it? So while watching a movie, also watching the TV, we have finished the whole meal. So likewise, that means we have our full focus to the movie in the same times we have had that food. So likewise, but how we can switch off the other sense faculties? The reason is where we feel most attention is there. That's where the sense faculty arises. That is why we can meditate in the same time. You know that when we practice meditation on focused attention, samatha meditation, we focus to one meditation object. So that's why we can do that. If not, even though no matter how hard you try, if every time the six senses are working, useless your meditation, because even though you try to uh, dim the other senses and focus to one particular thing, it does not work. Okay, we have we know that eye, ear, and the consciousness. So because when eye and sight is there, when there is attention, the consciousness arises. Chakkung paticca rupecha uppajjati chakku vijnana. And then when these three are there, we say one name to this. In Pali, we call passa. In other words, in English, we can say contact. Why we say contact? This meaning of passa means tinna sangati. Uh, Contact of three things. What are the three things? Eye, sight, and consciousness. Okay, someone can help me to. Uh, can someone tell what is body contact? What are those in the body contact? Easy.
Sensation.
Right. I mean, but when we say the contact, the lane, not only the sensation, contact means this one. Like the whole circle is the contact. To this whole circle, there should be three things. What are the three things when it comes to body sensation, body contact?
Would it be body,
Body.
sensation, and then consciousness?
Very good. Dulain, did you understand it?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, then can you say about nose contact?
The smell. Sorry,
Yeah,
smell.
nose.
Sorry.
You have to say that not only the smell. Nose here, and then there is the smell. Because of these two, what arising? Consciousness. Understood?
Yep.
Okay. And so, Mike, can you say about tongue contact?
Yes. So it would be tongue,
Yes,
taste, and
tongue.
consciousness.
Right, very good.
Make the contact.
That's called the nose contact, or the the passa. So when this contact arises, based on this contact, based on this reason, there are three things arising. You can see that the arrows are to this side. The one is feelings, or the Vedana. The second is perception, Sanya. The third is volition, or the Sankara, or the intentions. We can remember these things on 5 aggregates on clinging, or the Panchupadana Kanda. So, so the feelings arises due to the contact. Perceptions arises due to the contact. Volitions arises due to the contact. So now we in the same time, even though we are learning 6 sense bases, or the six sense faculties, in the same time we have learned five aggregates, because eye and sight is there, the rupa, or the form, this one, and this is feeling, and this is perception 3, volition 4, and this is consciousness. So the same thing we learn in a different way. Understood, Mike?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Who can give a brief of what we have learned in this today, like a small brief on this thing? Anyone?
So because of with this this type of contact, both the eye, sight, consciousness, these things all create the aggregates which shape how we see and interact with the world.
Right. Yeah, that sounds a great answer. Very good, Frank. And yes, Tirunaya, can you give a brief what we have learned today, Akka?
So, Swaminwan, we have 6 sense faculties, so we can divide them as internal and external. And here, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, minds come to the internal faculties, and external, it's for eyes, it should be sight. For ear, it is sound, and nose, it's smell. For tongue, it is taste, and for body, it's a sensation, and for mind, it's thoughts. So when we come to the contacts, so if as an example, if we take eye, so eye, it will take sights, and with the conciseness, we can get the feelings, perception, and volitions.
Very good. You know what? I feel proud about my teaching. Okay. So now we have kind of idea of this, and from here onwards we can go to the other to the next where we going to learn today. I found that Namo Buddhaya Sitanga. I saw Sitanga.
Namda Sangha.
Namo Buddhaya. Can't you open your camera? Sitanga?
I'm sorry, in this moment I can't. Turn on my camera on also.
It's not working. Okay.
Unable. It's unable to turn on.
Yeah, it's okay then. Actually, he's from Sri Lanka, actually. My sister's son, so I forced him to come because it's vacation. Must be early morning. Right. Yes. So, right. So, I'll go with the Pali. So, can anyone read? Okay, you can voluntarily read one sutta by one. The first one is Sabba Sutta. Prasad, can you read the first sutta which I sent you in the chat? If you are in the computer, it will be easy.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just opening it up.
Okay.
This is all right.
Yeah, that's all.
It's Savati. Americans, I will teach you the all. Listen. And what is the all? It's just the eye and sights, the ear and sounds, the nose and smells, the tongue and taste, the body and touches, and the mind and ideas. This is called the all. Americans, suppose someone wants to say, I'll reject this all and describe another all. They'd have no grounds for that. They'd be stumped by questions, and in addition, they'll get frustrated. Why is that? Because they are out of their element.
Very good. And that's what we learned a moment ago. Prasad, can you read the next one also? It's called
Giving up?
Pahana Sutta. It's giving up, yes.
Americans, I will teach you the principle for giving up the all. Listen. And what is the principle for giving up the all? The eye should be given up, sight should be given up. Eye consciousness should be given up, eye contact should be given up. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by eye contact should also be given up. The ear, nose, tongue, body, mind should be given up. Ideas should be given up. Mind consciousness should be given up. Mind contact should be given up. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact should be given up. This is the principle for giving up the all.
Okay. So I'll describe it a little. So in here, the when we read it, you may find like it describe only I and mind in detail, but it's a short form. So it's about I to the whole six sense faculties. So Buddha saying to given up. So why? There is a reason to the giving up. So because since this is everything and this caused the suffering. So the first Buddha said what is everything. Now he's asking to given up, or the benefit of no, simply saying to give just give up these things. And the next sutta, so now you may have kind of understanding. If we just learn this, we feel like it's like asking to giving up ourselves. So are we going to lose? As now you know that why Buddha is saying this. This is a cause and effect. So if anyone want to understand the sufferings and cause for the suffering, and it's like this is asking to giving up simply literally the give up the suffering. So what we feel and what we identify as ourselves, that's where the suffering arises, and that's where we ask to remove the cause for the suffering. And it's not like losing ourselves, that what we feel, that it's like if anyone feels like I'm going to lose myself, that means they have framed themselves in these six sense bases. Those are definitely subject to change, and we did not have it before we born to this world as a human, since six sense faculties, and we are definitely lose it when we are dying. So we are going to give up this to overcome from the suffering, and once we overcome from suffering, it will lead to the freedom. Okay, so let's go to the Dutiya Pahano, the second giving up sutta. Okay, let's give chance to. Okay, Shan, if I send you the link, can you read it?
Yes.
Okay, Sean. Yeah, okay. I sent it to the group, Sean.
Okay. Mendicants, I will teach you the principle for giving up the all by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Listen. And what is the principle for giving up the all by direct knowledge and complete understanding? The I should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Sight should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. I consciousness should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Eye contact should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by eye contact should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. The ear, nose, tongue, body, mind should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Ideas should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Mind consciousness should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Mind contact should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact should be given up by direct knowledge and complete understanding. This is the principle for giving up all by direct knowledge and complete understanding.
Right. Thank you, Sean. So now you can understand that. So there is like, if when you go through these suttas, it's like it has its own flow, like simply teaching something and going with that, going to the deeper teachings. So in there, so we have to understand the Pali term. So what are those things like in there? It says abhinya parinya pahatava. You have to giving up that abhinya, fully understand what is, and the abhinya, and there is a slight difference between abhinya and parinya. So let's I'll try to bring it like to it's like abhinya means like with the special knowledge. You have to know it with a special knowledge. In here we can refer like learning from what Buddha understood, from seeing from his eyes, this about the six sense faculties. Parinya means seeing something as it is in us, like in us. Actually it's not something like in the, what it really means, it's like seeing completely, like not just overseeing, just seeing seeing around, seeing everything as it is, like taking our attention and knowledge and wisdom to the deeper to understand, to the very basic of it. So it's like learning it and with the great knowledge and seeing it as it is. And then abhinya parinya pahatabba. Then you have to let go. So it's not like rejecting any sense faculties, because there is no way to reject it. So it's because it has own flow of it, that rising and falling. It doesn't matter whether you like or dislike, or I like or dislike. It arises in the same time it falls. So even if it is a suffering or pain, any discomfort arises, that also falls. So the problem is, if it is regarding to any missing feeling, someone we care a lot, it's not lasting, because it does not have that characteristic of the existence. It has that due to the rejection which create in our mind, the cause for the suffering in there. The ego is there, ego to reject that pain, that gives the energy to create that attention over there and let it arise again. So that's what I'm saying when we teach this. So if you try to reject or forget an apple, suddenly apple will come to your mind. So likewise. So it's the usual way of this. No matter we try or not, without knowing this, the knowledge on that. Okay, so we learned everything, and we learned that we have to let go it, and how we have to let go abhinya parinya, with great knowledge on on that. Not only the knowledge, we have to see through ourselves. It's like not just like rejecting, not saying goodbye, please go. It does not work. We have to see it within ourselves. This is a inverse teaching. Yes, Shani, go ahead.
So, when it says direct knowledge,
Yes.
and how do we get that direct knowledge? Is that from meditation or something, or by learning like this?
Right. So both. So in here, the direct knowledge refers in the and what is principle for giving up all by direct knowledge and complete understanding. Direct knowledge means the abhinya. So the direct knowledge, the not only the meditation says like four things. So there is a nice sutta called Kala Sutta, the time sutta. If anyone practice timely these four things, he will attain the enlightenment. Buddha saying, what are the four things? Kalena Dhamma Savana, learning, teaching at the right time. As an example, when you practice meditation, or think that you are attaining a samadhi, at that time you should learn on that teachings. It's essential thing, that time what you are practicing at the moment, you should know what the teachings on that. And if you are practicing sila, or the observing precepts, and then you have to learn on that. So kalena dhamma savana, that's first, or right learning, teaching at right time. Dhamma means teaching, savana means listening, or in the same time maybe reading, because those days listening is the usual way, because we are talking about 2600 years ago teaching. And then kalena dhamma sakaccha, at right time, Dhamma discussion on Dhamma. This is not just learning and just believing what I have understood is the right thing. If we have to bring it forward, and we have to make a discussion, and it's not argument actually, but it's like a constructive discussion, like asking and clearing. It's not just believing. We are going to learn something what's actually is there. So we have to learn it and clear our mind, because if not, consciousness is a magician. He can magically create so many different things in our mind. Like even our consciousness has capability to give a fake enlightenment to us. Not only that, our consciousness is a magician to keep that enlightenment for like even 5 or 6 or 7 years without letting it to break. That sort of consciousness magician we have. And not only that, our consciousness is very good with cunning. And if someone say that, no, even though you say that we see the defilements, when someone say that, instead of going through our what we are learning, checking whether it's right or wrong, our consciousness is a very good magician to simply reject that person. that sort of consciousness we have. Like we have to be very mindful on that. So, Kalena Dhamma Savana, listening, discussion. The third one is Samatha. Samatha means calming or the focused attention meditation. Why we need that? Without a proper attention, we can see these things. Vidarsana, Vipassana means insight meditation. So we have to do all four for that, gain great knowledge and the understanding to let go these things. Okay. Right. Who'd be volunteering to read the next sutta? I'll put it to the chat. It's the Aparijana. Okay, I'm going to put it to the chat. Let's see who will be the meritorious person to read Buddha's teaching from your own mouth to everyone.
When you say it like that, Bante, I'll do it.
Sure.
Without completely understanding.
Yes.
Mendicants, without directly knowing and completely understanding the all, without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. And what is the all? Without directly knowing and completely understanding which, without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. Without directly knowing and completely understanding the I, without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. Without directly knowing and completely understanding sights, eye consciousness, eye contact, painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by eye contact. Without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. Without directly knowing and completely understanding the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, the mind, without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. Without directly knowing and completely understanding ideas, mind consciousness, mind contact, painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact. Without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. This is the all, without direct knowing and completely understanding which, without dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. By directly knowing and completely understanding the all, having dispassion for it and giving it up, you can end suffering. And what is the all, directly knowing and completely understanding which, having dispassion for it and giving it up, you can end suffering? By directly knowing and completely understanding the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, the mind. Having dispassion for it and giving it up, you can end suffering. By directly knowing and completely understanding ideas, mind consciousness, mind contact, painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact. Having dispassion for it and giving it up, you can end suffering. This is the all, directly knowing and completely understanding which, having dispassion for it and giving it up, you can end suffering.
Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Right. So this is the next sutta, which means that it says like without that means anabhijanang, aparijanang, avirajaya, appajahang. So we learned what is anabhijanang and parijanang. We learned that knowledge, direct knowledge, and that the knowledge to see it as it is, seeing within ourselves. And then avirajaya, appajahang. Avirajaya, it's like dispassion. Let me go with the same words. Aparijanam, the complete without dispassion. That's what says the aparijanam. And appajahang, dispassion for it and giving it up, you can't end suffering. So sabbam bhikkhave anabhijana. So everything, all the six sense faculties and all the body on it, we have to have that, the directly knowing it and the completely understanding it and because of that something happening. What is that? Aviraja, that means like that the passion to have it will just fade away. So it's not someone doing that, it's just removing from our lives. And the apajahang, which means like when we when we have this passion to something, we don't want to keep it for with us. Like it's like we like we face we turn our face from that. So that sort of experience that. And ababbo dukkhakai, so in here mean that without doing this it's not working, like you can't end the suffering. So in the then saying to end the suffering you have to do this. So what is the where this teaching takes us? We have to have direct knowledge, knowing and complete understanding, and because of that dispassion and giving up will happen, and that will take us to the end of the suffering. So if you can remember that example which I share, like the cake story, so think that you're receiving cakes, and I don't know whether there are cake emojis, so if so then I can share it. So think that you all receive a delicious cake and you all like it, and so this the brand and it's the one you like from your childhood, and so when you are having it, someone is try to take a piece from your part, so you are completely upset about that. You don't have any willingness to offer it, and unless me, because you will, I believe that you will offer your portion to me. I mean, think that you will create kind of a you will discourage to give it to someone. So, but suddenly someone checking the cake batch numbers and things, and then saying, hey, wait a minute, this everything good, but there is a problem with this batch number. They asked to return this because this particular batch number contains a kind of a poisonous things. If you eat this, you will have very bad consequences. If someone say like that, that means we learn that this is dangerous. So what happened? That passion to eat that, passion to protect that, the passion to fight if someone asks, hey, give me a part, that everything just fade away. So no one can even create it in our mind, because we know this is kind of a real danger. So likewise, when someone understand about the six sense faculties, completely understand it, so what happened? So they will create that dispassion will simply arise in them, and then that will help them to just let go. So then they are willing to take it away. So that's how the end of the suffering. So remember, sufferings are no longer there if we do not have attached to that. So in your life there are actual sufferings. In the same times, things we can still consider as suffering, you are dealing as just incidents without taking it as a suffering. As an example, we all eat. You may eat 3 meals and I eat 2 meals. So it's a suffering, definitely. Buddha saying the biggest illness we have is the jigacha paramaloba, or the what we call the jigacha means badagini. Can anyone remember the English word to that?
Hungry.
Yes, hungry. Right, thank you. So hunger is the biggest illness we have. Why? We have given 3 meals, like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, but still tomorrow we have to put something here. So it's the biggest suffering as the illness. But do we consider it as a suffering? No, we are so happy to have it. Hey, let's go and have go to a restaurant and take something. Hey, let's go there. There is a nice uh, Chinese food or Korean food, or there is some new food or Mexican grill there. Let's go and have something. Or maybe Indian foods. Likewise, we are so happy about that. Why? We don't we we actually we don't want to be happy, so I'm just bringing the example. Why I'm saying that we are not taking it as a suffering because we take it as an incident. But just think rest of the world does not have this sort of illness. You are the only one who need to eat, then you take this as a suffering. Like uh, the others, if they prefer, they can go and eat, but they don't feel that hunger and they don't feel faintness, then we take it as a suffering. So in the same time, we are going to the restroom, but we are not, when we're talking about suffering, we may discuss about financial stress and mental or discomfort or whatever the things. Even the meditation states which we try but we couldn't achieve, but no one will say that I have a suffering, I have to go to toilet. No one say that. Why? We take it as a just incident. Why we take it as a just incident? Reason is, when we compare, we look around, we see it's a part of this life. So everyone go to restaurant, so it's not wanted. At the same time, if we remove that individual look into our pains, so instead of checking only our bank account or our financial situation, everyone dealing with it. So once we understand it's a part of this life, everything will be just an incident. Why? You're understanding it, everything. So the six sense faculties has its own nature. That's why I'm saying you may have a solution this moment. You may have an answer. That answer will be the next questions to you in your life. So why it happens? Anything can be an answer under some circumstances, under some environment, relative that. Once that the conditions change, your answer you don't want no longer, or that answer does not work for that. It's like think that you have a very good strong virus and firewall or defending antivirus software which you got for free and you using it, and so but computers keep on upgrading, they are giving new versions and new software like system software, then your answer does not work, and one day it will be a problem to you. Why should I keep this waste to keep my waste my storage? I'll let you remove this. So likewise, so every answer will be a question when things change, if those are in these sense faculties. But there is a solution. It never ever turn into a problem again. What? If you eradicate the attachment, or if you understood the reality of these six sense bases, when you ever do the meditation that reflecting the impermanence of six sense faculties with this knowledge, you will feel the freedom. And then I'm pretty sure most of you will say that, like saying about loving kindness meditation and breathing meditation. One of the most effective and happiest meditation I would like to practice, none other than six sense impermanence of six sense faculties. It's like you found your own reset button. When you feel exhausted, wait a minute, I need to refresh myself. Then you're refreshed from your own understanding. Understanding came from the teachings of the Buddha, and that moment onwards, you can't take off your gratitude. Gratitude will be part of your life. Why? the people say that happy people uh, uh, have the gratitude. No, but when people have gratitude, they have happiness. It's like gratitude and happiness are, it's like hand in hand. You have freedom. That freedom gives you kind of a gratitude, and it's amazing thing that you can't take it off from your life. So no matter how hard you try, it does not work, because you are using your six sense faculties, but that gratitude come from beyond the six sense faculties, knowing the truth of these six sense faculties. So whatever the benefit you get from your eye to all this to your ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, whatever the compliment, whatever the praise, is in that it's subject to change and condition. One, you have a freedom beyond that. That's why, so one day a divine comes to see us, come to see a Buddha and saying, he's since little worried. There are different uh, teachings in the world, so the devotees will lose the confidence towards Buddha. So don't you worry about that. Buddha saying then, I don't have that doubt in me. Why? If someone know the Four Noble Truths, then they have the gratitude, and no one need to protect it, and no rules need to keep someone's confidence, or that confidence arise due to the understanding. So Buddha saying, I am not inventing anything, or I'm not creating anything. It's like this. He's saying that there was think that there was a hidden, very well civilized country. There the town means country, the sutta name is Nagara Sutta. So but for some reason it abandoned and everyone forgot it. But one who is someone who is a traveler, when he is going in the jungle, he finds that beautiful hidden town. So then he comes and said it to the king, and king clean the whole area and prepare that they give a life to that town. So that's all, something like that what Buddhas are doing. He is not inventing something, but he is Buddha. Buddha is someone bringing the knowledge to the society time to time. So the special, one day Buddha saying amazing thing, that these are so amazing. Why? But one time Buddha saying to the enlightened, they have a group of enlightened monks in front of Buddha, and saying, monks, I also enlightened, and you also enlightened. So what is the difference between you and me? So that that those enlightened monks does not boasting like, hey, my answer is this and my answer is that. I'm not, those things are not happening. So they saying, so you are the teacher, and made that idea may comes to your mind. So Buddha saying, there is no difference between you and me when it comes to the perfection or the purity of the mind. Maybe different abilities, because some monks has the knowledge to see the invisible living beings to our naked eye. Not saying about that, but when it comes to the pureness of the mind, that means no defilement, there is no difference between you and me. The difference is, I did it without a guidance of any other teacher's help, and you are doing it with the guidance of mine, and that is the difference. So it's not like when it comes to the pureness of the mind, it's like what Buddha gifting us is the same gift he has. So it's amazing thing. This is something will help you when you practice the Buddha-anusati, or the reflecting the qualities of the Buddha. You will feel amazed when you practice this meditation. If someone can understand it, mean if someone feel when they practice impermanence, then don't forget to practice Buddha Anusati or the contemplating the qualities of the Buddha, then why? If you feel the impermanence, that means you feel the gratitude. You can't lose it. It's hand in hand. So when you practice it, you will feel more happy, and even you think that you are in front of a Buddha statue, you don't need even a Buddha statue. You will feel happiness in yourself. And you can boost that happiness, like even if you feel worry or anger in yourself, you can think that for some reason you feel angry at that time, you can think, oh, Buddha eradicated this anger in Buddha's mind. There wasn't any anger like what I am experiencing at the moment. When you think that, that suddenly your anger will 100 to minus, or at least to 10 for some time. It will reduce, and that time you will feel so happy. Wow, such an amazing person. Now you are thinking, reflecting the qualities of the Buddha, not to pay to Buddha, but by doing that, your mind will get direct, feel the freedom and feel the happiness. So it's like it's all about a cause and effect, and it's all about a proper practice. At the same time, when you reflect the qualities of the Buddha, you may not never you will avoid of reflecting the qualities of his teaching. These are 6 qualities. Swakata, well discourse. Sandittika, can understand here and now. Akaliko, timeless teaching. It's not old teaching, nothing to add or remove. Ehipassiko, open to all, not for a group of people. Inverse, has to understand within ourselves. Pachattam Veditabo Vinyohi, we will understand up to our wisdom level. So it's like amazing teaching. And when you do that, of course, you never forget about reflecting the qualities of the enlightened monks. They practice in the greatest path what anyone can practice as a human being, because trying to fulfill in the 6 sense faculties is not working at all, because whenever we achieve something, there is something to achieve again. So if you get a PhD degree, then there will be like post degree to achieve. Not like there is no end to trying to fulfill. It's not a no ending. But if someone practice this, the direct path, that's the path where you lead to end the suffering. Ujupatipanno, they are practicing direct path. Nyaya patipanno, that's the path gives you the understanding, the knowledge of the enlightenment. Samichi patipanno, they are voluntarily, without expecting anything in return, teaching this. And when it comes to uh, we can group them in dual 4, in individual 8. They are ahune, they are good to go and offer something. In case if they are coming arms round, it's good to offer something. Dakkineya. If someone would like to receive merits, it's so you can help or offer and do something, and you can collect merit. Dakkineya. Anjali Karaniya. They are respect. They are a group of people. We should pay our respect. Anjali Karaniya means bringing palms together. Anjali means basically the fingers. That's how that the Eastern, that's in that culture, people pay the respect. Anuttara Punyaketa Lokas. If anyone would like to receive more blessings, they are like the the best field to put your seeds to get the best harvest. So that's how. So whenever you feel happiness. And not only that, we can talk about the sila, the precepts and all, but it's not the time for that. As usual, I already ran out of time, but let's make a brief. We learned about everything, reality of that. We have, and when we understand the reality as it is, everything, that knowledge help us to let go things. And I add, apart from these, when we practice, if we gain the knowledge on impermanence, there is another thing. Now it won't take away from your life, which is gratitude and the gratification. The gratitude, actually, it won't be lost from your life. And so we can learn how it happens. There are in the group of suttas, if anyone would like to read, there is a sutta called Saḷāyatanasaṁyutta. So you can go through it later. And later means not, we can even discuss it like even within after 2 months or so even. So these are the things I would like to give you today. But unfortunately, out of 10, we covered only 4. It's okay, right? Okay. Okay, say big sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Do you have anything, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Harold.
You spoke about the Anapanasati Sutta,
Yeah, right.
which has 16 levels.
Yes. Yes, Harold.
We just start with the beginning, and that's it. How do we know when to do the other levels?
So it's when you practice, the levels will rise eventually. So what you have to have is you should have the knowledge, not to like divert your knowledge, the practice to different things. I think that if we don't have this knowledge, we just expecting something to happen, a miracle to happen. Yes, then this magician consciousness will definitely create beautiful, beautiful magics. Like because when we bring focus, some people will feel the light, then they will go with the light. And there are some techniques. With that light, you can see things which we can't see from the naked eye. Oh, Bante, can you teach this? No, it's not. I'm not a fan of that. So, so we can go with the 16 things which Buddha taught, and in the later we will learn in the class also, because now I find like since we are doing it like in a very formal way, we will update, categorize these teachings, and we will update into the website. So in the later event, so if you feel like, okay, I should learn it again, then you can refer the suttas. Okay, we will do it in the later, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
I have a quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
You mentioned meditating on these 6 sense faculties, rather to understand, to be dispassionate about them and to discard them. Is there a particular meditation for that?
Yes, Shani, when you come next time to the Sunday in-person program, there are nice booklets prepared by Prasad. It's on the notice board, there is hangers. So I should say the Sarada also, the Sarada, she's the one preparing. And you can take one, and in there are the meditation lines, so you can practice with it. And Prasad, can you share one to the group? So then booklet to the group, so anyone who's not coming to the class, then they can download it and print it with by themselves. But I don't think that printing will work for them, right, Prasad? You're muted, Prasad.
Maybe what I could do is I could probably take the content and put it into a PDF form, because
Yes.
what you have is it's set up so that we can print it and cut it and all that, right? So we just have to
Yes.
take it and put it in an order. Let me see.
Okay.
I'll do it probably tomorrow or day after, and I'll set it up
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Because to me also it took some time, and Prasad said that to find it how to print it, he took like 2.5 hours.
It was just each computer has its own thing. Instead of
Yeah.
using Adobe, I had to use something else. So it worked afterwards.
Right. Okay. That's all right. And Okay, Manel, we wish to see you again in our class. Right. Sitanga, did you understand?
Of course, Swami.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And I tell Aya also to come, right?
Okay, Swami, I'll inform.
Okay. Okay. Today we all discussed and learned very nice teachings from the Sañyutta canon on six sense faculties. So we all accumulated many merits to our lives. So let's take a moment to share all the merits with all the divinely powers and with our teacher Pinnat Lokuswaminas and all the monastic monks. And let's share all the merits with you, all of you. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May your all good wishes come true, and may you all able to overcome from sufferings in your life. And let's take a moment to share merits to Tironaya also and Akka. They are the one who's going to do the hard things like editing and prepare this and upload it to the YouTube. And may you all be well, may you all be happy, may your all good wishes come true, and may you all able to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya Swaminwansa.
Okay. You are going to do the Vandana?
Yes, Swaminwansa.
Okay.
I don't have a document to share with others, but I have the Gatha with me, so I will say.
Okay.
Then others
Yeah, sure.
can. Yeah. Okasa Vandami Bante.
Sukhi.
Maya Katam Punyam Samina Anubodhitabban.
Sadhu, sadhu, anumodami.
Samina Katam Punyam Mayan Databban.
Sadhu, sadhu, anumodita.
Sadhu Sadhu Anumodami. Okasa Dwaratena Katam Sabban. Achyang Kamata Me Bante.
Kamami, kamatabba.
Okasa Kamami Bante. Dutiyampi Okasa Kamami Bante. Tatyampi Okasa Kamami Bante. Sadhu,
Sukhi.
sadhu, sadhu.
Now.
Namo Buddhaya.